Hello friends, today we'll take up one example on this thing. For an RCC SMRF conforming to ductile detailing, special moment resting frame for office, seismic weights of the floors, roof 3000 kilonewtons, other floors W2, W3, W4 4000 kilonewtons. The story heights for the ground floor 4.2 meters and other floors 3.2. The building is founded on hard soil and situated in zone 4. The first three natural periods are Tn 0.86, 0.265, 0.145 seconds. Sometimes natural periods may be given or sometimes this thing W might be given frequency. From there you can find out Tn also. The first three mode shapes are 51, 52, 53. So these conform to the mode shape values. We'll draw an diagram for the mode shapes. You will understand the things. So we'll continue with the solution. So before we start with the solution, let me explain some of the steps. So first steps, arrange the mode shapes in the tabular form. So this will be the first step. Second, compute modal mass M. For that, use the equation 7.4.5.a. Compute modal participation factor Pk. So for three modes, I will be having P1, P2 and P3. Similarly, modal mass, I will be having three values M1, M2, M3 for three modes. So remember here, there will be three tables for three modes. One table for mode 1, second for mode 2, third for mode 3. Compute horizontal acceleration coefficient. For that you will be using clause 6.4.2. AH value. Again here we will be having three values of AH. AH for mode 1, AH for mode 2 and AH for mode 3. This will be one table. Next, compute lateral loads by modal analysis. For that, use the equation Qik is equal to AHK phi Ik Pk into Wi. For that, use the equation clause 7.8.4.5c. Here, I indicates floor number, K indicates mode number. First, you calculate Qik. Next, you calculate Vik. So Qik is the force at each floor level and Vik or V is shear force. It is cumulative value. Again here there will be three tables for each values of K, P and H. So in step 4 again three tables. Next, compute combined shear force. For that use the SRSS method. Clause 7.8.4.4. First, calculate shear force, story shear force V from shear force V. So this shear force V is cumulative. From cumulative, calculate at each floor level. We'll take up the example, you will understand the things. Here mode shapes are given, mode shape 1, 2, 3, its values. Arrange them in a tabular form like this. So these are natural periods, roof, third, second and first. This is for 4-story building. Mode 1, these are natural frequencies already given in the problem. For mode 1, 0.86 to 0.265, 0.145 seconds. Now these are mode shapes. For mode 1, these are the values. So these values they pertain to this. For mode shape 2, these values. For mode shape 3, these values I have written them like this. So this is the first step, arranging the things in a tabular form. Now as I said, mode shape phi. Any structure you are analyzing for three mode shapes. First mode shape, movement in one direction. When structure moves in one direction, the building deflects like this. Second, when it comes back to its original position, the building or the structure might take a shape like this. Third, again when it goes in other direction, it will bend something like this S shape. So whenever a structure goes through these three modes, it experiences all the possible loads. So similar representation can be made like this also. This is for 1. And this is the free body diagram wherein mass relates to the floor level loads. K indicates stiffness of the column. Now these values, just look here. Mode shape 1, 1.0, 0.904, 0.716, 0.444. it indicates these values. Second, mode shape 2, 1.0, 0.216 minus 0.17 means movement is in other direction. 1.216 minus 0.7 minus 0.9, again here 0. So similarly for mode shape 3. So these are the values. So these indicates mode shapes. These indicates displacement values at each floor level for each of the modes. So these indicates displacement values for mode 1, mode 2, mode 3. Always remember, 1 is at the roof, this value, roof to the first floor. Now computation of modal mass and modal participation factor. For that, go for clause 7.8.4.5. Now you have to make a table like this. So there will be three tables for each mode. For mode 1, k is equal to 1, mode 2 and mode 3. Already we know the values, story and seismic weight. Floor, this 4 indicates roof, roof to ground or first. 5, 1, these are the mode shapes for mode 1, mode shape values for mode 1. Next, till this table everything is ready. Now I have to calculate W151 and W151 square. Just to remember these things, when you go through the equation of modal mass M1, its equation is given by summation of W1 into Qi bracket square divided by G into W151 square. So you need to calculate W151, W151 square. Now 3000 I got by W151. Again this is on W1 into 51 square. Now W1 into 51, 4200 into 0.904, 3797. 4200 into 0.904 square, I get 3432. Now find out summation of mass, summation W, summation of W151, summation of W151 square. Now modal mass M1 is given by summation of W151 whole square divided by G. G indicates, or G is force due to gravity, 9.81 meters per second square, into W151 square. So 11656 W151, this is summation of W151 whole square divided by 9.81 into W151 square into 1000. 1000 converts into kilonewtons to newtons. This 9.8 converts newtons into kg. So modal mass for mode shape 1 is 14,73,030 kg. Now percentage of total weight. So percentage of total weight, why we are calculating? This should indicate at least 90% participation in all three modes together, mode 1, mode 2, mode 3. It should have at least 90% participation so that we get fairly accurate and reliable results. Now this percentage of total weight is given by modal mass W1 or M1, modal mass 14,73,030 divided by summation W, that is summation of seismic weight 15,600 into 1000, that is going to convert into newtons, 14,70,000 into 9.81, because I am converting kg into newtons. This is kg, 1 kg is equal to 9.81 newtons. So this kg into newtons divided by summation W into 100, that is going to give me percentage. So 92.6% of the mass is participating under mode 1. Now modal participation factor. Modal participation factor is given by summation of Wi phi I divided by summation Wi phi I square. So 11656 divided by 9402, I get 1.24. Now modal mass and participation factors are completed for mode 1. This M1 indicates modal mass for mode 1. This PK or P1. P1 indicates modal participation factor for mode 1. So similarly, I am going to carry out the same procedure for mode 2. Again, I have these values. I have W, I have phi 2. Calculate Wi. I indicates floor level. 4 W4 indicates weight at floor level 4. Phi 2 summation Again repeat the same steps. Here for mode 2, percentage of total weight is 6.13. It means 6.13% of total weight is participating. Here modal participation factor I am getting negative. Even you may get negative answers also. That should not be a problem. Now again I am going to repeat the same thing for mode 3. Already I have the values of W. I have the value of phi 3. So these are the mode shapes for mode 3. W1 phi 1, W phi square, summation of both the values, calculate modal mass, calculate percentage of total weight, calculate modal participation factor. So this completes the calculation of modal mass and modal participation factors. So next I am going to calculate horizontal acceleration coefficient, and that is given by 6.4.2. Already I know the natural periods. Now put the table mode 1, 2, 3. For mode 3 I am going to calculate AH for all three modes separately. Now write down period values 0.86, 0.265, 0.145. So these are given in the problem itself. Now refer to the table. For hard soil, get the value of SA by G from the IS 1893. Get the value of SA by G 1, 2, 3. Z is a zone factor. For zone 4 I have the values 0.24, 0.24. I is the importance factor. For commercial office building or residential building, importance factor is 1. Now R is response reduction factor. For SMRF with ductile detailing I am having R as 5. Now calculate AHK. AH indicates horizontal acceleration, K indicates mode. AH1 is AH for K is equal to 1. So multiplying all these things I get the value 0.0270. Use this equation same as equivalent lateral force Z by 2 into I by R into SA by G. So you get three values of AH here. So name them as AH1, AH2, AH3. So next I am going to calculate lateral forces by modal analysis. For that you have to use the equation QIK is equal to AHK plus phi IK plus PK into WI. For that use the equation clause 7.8.4.5. This equation is given here. Now here you have to put a table like this. Story, roof is 4, weight of each of the floors. Now for mode K is equal to 1, P1. P1 is the modal participation factor which already you have calculated earlier. This value P1. Next write the value of AH1. AH1 is horizontal acceleration coefficient which you have calculated. Now phi 1 values, these are mode shapes for mode 1 shape values. Calculate QI1. I indicates floor. So this is Q41. 1 indicates mode number. I indicates floor number. I have given a typical calculations here. Q41 is equal to, you have to use this equation QIK value. This is AH value into mode shape value into participation factor into W 103.5. So next value you do the calculations, you get 131. So get the values of these QI values. Now from QI I have to get values of shear force. This is combined shear force, cumulative values. So this is at the top. So Q41 is equal to V41 is equal to Q41 as it is. Now at third floor, this plus this together gives me this combined value. At second floor 1, 2, 3 all together will give me 338. At this floor all these three together it gives me this value. So get the value of V. V is combined force values. Next repeat the same for mode 2, participation factor 2, horizontal coefficient factor 2, AH2. Again same thing, just copy change the values of phi to. So these are mode shape values for mode 2, shape values for mode 2. Calculate phi I, qi, vi. So qi, I have again indicated here typical calculation values. If values are negative, sometimes you may get negative values also. That should not be a problem. Here P2 is negative, so you will get many values negative here. Similarly, repeat the same procedure for mode 3, participation factor 3, horizontal acceleration coefficient 3. So those values I have indicated here. So these are typical calculations. Till here you have to just take the data from the problem. So Q3 you have to calculate using this equation. First calculate Q3, then go on calculating V3. V3 is summation. So 21.2 at roof, it remains same. 21.2 plus of minus 24.6, I get minus 3.5. So minus 3.5 minus 17 minus 20.5 minus 20.5 plus 30.1 9.6. So this is how I get these values. Next, I have to use the SRSS method to calculate combined shear force and combined lateral story force. Now SRSS stands for square root of sum of squares. Square root of sum of squares. For that, refer to clause 7.8.4. So combined shear force is given by VI is given by VI square root of VI1 square plus VI2 square plus VI3 square. So square root of sum of squares. This is the full form of it. Now from the earlier tables, write the values of Vi1, Vi2, Vi3. These values already you have calculated. From that, calculate values of combined shear force Vi. So to calculate this, you have to use this equation. Now, I have shown a typical calculations here. Vi4 is 10 under root 103.5 square plus of minus 59.3 square. So sum of negative answer, it will be again positive. So I have directly taken it positive here. Plus 21.2 square, you get 121.7. So this indicates total combined shear force for all three modes together. Another calculation I have shown here for 3. Here these values. So this should be 234, not 103. 234.6 square plus 77.2 square plus 3.5 square, 246.98. So you get combined shear force values. From that, I have to calculate lateral story force. These are V values, these are Q values. Q values are for each of the stories. V value is combined together. So at top it remains as it is. Next, this value for third floor, 246.98 minus 121.17, you get 125.8. I have shown a typical calculation here. Third floor, sorry, second floor, 339.53 minus 246.98, you get this value. This minus this, you get this value. So this is how this table is completed. This completes the problem. Now put a diagram to show it. So these are Q values 211, 125, 92, 66. These values. This is the combined value. So this completes the problem. Thank you.